Africa, and that is Pendo Lema. Pendo, let's talk about some of the impediments. I mean, I'm sure in your realization of the beauty that we have here on the continent, and the fact that Africans are under exploring this beauty, you also came to the realization that there are some material reasons that stop us Africans from traveling on the continent.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
Pendo, I'm just asking about some of the challenges that stop Africans from exploring the continent.
Okay. Actually, there are so many reasons as to why there are so many challenges that we don't explore Africa. Some of those reasons are infrastructures, and sorry guys, are we live?
We are, and we can hear you clearly. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so you can go ahead.
All right. Infrastructure is one of the biggest challenge, and there's so much inconsistent in road networks, limited railway services, and developed airport facilities. So when you look at the way we travel within Africa, sometimes it takes a lot of, struggles and hassles to travel within Africa, including visa limitations. Yeah. So also, we don't have so many direct flights. For example, apart from having a direct flight from, let's say, from Tanzania to South Africa, not all the countries that have direct flights from where they are to the other country so that they could go for tourism. So among the biggest challenge is one of them, visa and the infrastructure, including the direct flighting, we could even have some railway solutions. So I think our continent should consider that. We can have flighting and all other infrastructure, but we should think of also railway. Like, for example, in Tanzania right now, they're constructing a railway from Tanzania to Zambia, over 1,600 kilometers, a standard gauge railway. So you can imagine it will be easier for us, for example,
Absolutely.
Tanzania to move to Zambia, to go see the waterfalls easier without connecting flights, because we do not have currently the direct flight to Zambia.
And Pendo, for those who still think and still believe that traveling within Africa is expensive, you think about the different packages, you think about the accommodations, it seems like it's tailored more for an international tourist who can afford it more than it is for Africans. Does that need to change for the context of the continent?
Exactly. I think apart from my country as Tanzania, the way we tailor make the family packages to visit the local safaris, let's say, is different from how we package
All right, it seems we have lost Pendo.
Oh, we did.
All right, let's try to reestablish that line with her, because she was about to touch on something important, that is the cost implications of traveling within the continent. It really, and she was speaking about the different packages. I don't think all travel agencies are cognizant of this. I think there's a blanket package for travelers. So as long as you are coming outside of said country, and it doesn't matter whether it is from a neighboring country or not, you will be paying quite high prices.
I realize that. So in South Africa, for example, they would have a package or a deal or a rate for South Africans. And then they'll also have a rate for people who are not. But even when you're in Africa, like there must be some sort of African rate. You know what I mean? Because within Africa, we want to travel more, we want to explore, and we want to build and grow the intra-trade and intra-travel. And the only way we can do that is if we allow ourselves to have more packages that are tailored
To us. To our pockets.
To our pockets.
My word. I mean, I loved that point that she raised about rail as well. It is
That's brilliant, right?
Such an easy way to travel.
Yeah.
There are rail networks everywhere that are, for the most part, in the main, just left barren and underused. So rail is a fantastic mode of transport. Pendo is back on the line. Pendo, you were just answering Tebogo on the cost implications of traveling on the continent for Africans.
Yeah. So I was saying, for example, in our country, the government has put it clear that for the locals, it's not expensive to travel or to go for safari, Zanzibar Beach and all that. But then for someone from Africa coming in, you're literally a foreigner. So I think all the countries and all the tour operators should consider to lower the costs. Because now we don't want to make so much money out of it. We want us or Africans to appreciate what African has. Because there's so much a Tanzania would benefit from South Africa, or South Africa would benefit from Rwanda, Burundi. So we should look at this as we want to explore and own our Africa and make sure we know and experience the beauty that Africa has, instead of going thinking of looking for like a lot of money, spending a lot of money going abroad. So I think all the tour operators should even come together. We have some institutes or different countries that we need to talk about it and come along and think of reducing the costs, not leave along the travel costs, but at least the touring costs.
Yeah. I really love that. I think there has to be some kind of travel symposium led by you, Pendo, where you can table some of these ideas. We are in conversation with the founder of Tempo Africa, and that is Pendo Lema, speaking about intra-African travel. When we come back from the sports news, we'll just explore some other alternatives. I also don't think that Africans are very creative with how they travel. Yeah,
creative. Okay, listen.
Yeah, let's explore that when we come back. It is 30 minutes after 2 Central African time. Let's head on over to sports news.
Sports.